Good morning. It is May the 4th. We're out in the garden, and I'm going to give you just a few spring highlights. Now, you who know gardens well know this is an azalea, but this is a very unusual azalea. A friend gave it to me, and she knew a whole bunch of little small home gardeners who sold to the public, whoever found them, that is, and I told her I wanted a fragrant azalea. And when she went to get it, it was late in the spring, and so she saw one little yellow bloom on this puppy, and it turned out that there's actually 3 azaleas from what she dug up. So there's this yellow and this salmon that bloom this time of year. When their buds are all gone, a white one comes on. So I actually have 3 here in the East Garden. Now I'm going to turn around here and show you, sorry about the sunshine there, we have the fruit cocktail tree, and I'm going to try and zone in here on some of the buds that have turned into fruit. Let's see if I can get some here. Hopefully you can see them there. There you are. You can see the little fruit forming, and we've got just masses of them on this fruit cocktail tree. And as I explained to you in videos previously, this is grafted, and it has plums, apricots, and peaches on it. Now if we look this way, let's go down here. This is a lovely patch of wild bleeding heart. In Oregon, I don't know if every place, but in Oregon, you cannot have this unless someone gives it to you. You're not allowed to buy it or dig it anywhere. And then up from it, if we go up, we've got a beautiful, fragrant white lilac. And above it, can you see the purple one behind it? We'll walk around the corner and we'll look at the purple one. I want to just show you a few highlights this morning because it's such a beautiful day. It's been in the 50s and raining, and today it is supposed to be 80. Isn't that amazing? Look at those beautiful lilacs up there. I really am going to have to trim it though because I can't reach any of those lilacs to bring them in. However, if we walk over here and I get behind a tree here so that it's nice and shady and not looking into the sun, that lilac, which is by the fence, I can very easily grab blooms off of. And then we'll turn back that way. There's the fruit cocktail tree. And as I said, it's just loaded with all kinds of fruit. Now, we'll go over here, have a look at the rest of the orchard. As you can see, the blueberries are blooming profusely, and they'll set tons of berries. And if we go over here, we can see that the grapes are doing really well this year as well. I think it's going to be a really good year for fruit. I certainly hope so anyway. And there is the butterfly bush, which needs a bit of trimming. But then if we walk over here, this is my currant bush. And this is a really, really nice bush if you can grow it up toward the house, because those little yellow blooms there on the end, which is where the fruit will form, smell like cloves. And so standing here, I'm just wafting, it's just wafting over me like it was, like you were in the kitchen baking. It's just a delicious smell. And then my peonies, these are the pink and the white. And this year, let's walk over here. Early on, about 2 weeks ago, I found a little bitty one right there that's red. And it's looking very healthy since I planted it. So I'm hoping that it will grow into a nice big bush, and I'll have beautiful red peonies because I love them. They smell so good, and they're usually in bloom for my birthday, which is later on this month, mid-month. So let's get over here. The daffodils have already bloomed, so we're just going to walk past this bed, but it was a great picking bed, just as I envisioned. And then you can see that the daylilies are all coming up, and also the columbines. Let's get in here a little closer. There's one of the columbines that's already blooming. The purple ones always bloom first for some reason. And back behind the pond, you can see the parrot tulips that are in bloom. But one of the things I wanted to show you, let me show you this too. Remember we planted the two different grasses here to the door to Morocco and on either side of Morocco. This one over here by the house, where it's a little bit warmer, is really coming up well. I was concerned, there's our stubborn little fern in the steps. And this one actually is coming up too. You can see the shoots coming up in it. But I was concerned that they might not, because we had so much ice and snow this past year, this winter. We've got the ferns coming up. They all got trimmed about the 1st of April or so. And the mock orange is doing well. It always blooms on new growth, so it'll be in bloom soon. And the lovely corkscrew willow, look at the nice shade and background it makes for the garden. But let me show you what I really brought you to see. This is the wisteria. Oh my goodness, look at that. And it's not even in full bloom yet. I will give you a wonderful little video of it in total bloom when it is, because it is going to be gorgeous. Look at that wonderful loop it made for itself up there at the top. I just absolutely love it. And Daddy's feeding station that we did turned out really well. All during the winter, he was able to get under here and over here. And the things that I painted last year stood up really, really well to all the horrible weather that we had. Got to straighten that bird feeder. It's a little wonky. And then we'll walk over here and we'll see some more of the ferns in the shade garden. There's some winter crocuses that are coming up. They come up this time of the year and then they bloom in the winter. We've got some nice, I put some of those crocosmias over there. And then there's another lilac here, which is blooming on the back side. Let's walk around this way. It's a different shade. You can see it up there. It finds its way out from under Katie, which is the Katsura, which is up here. Oh, there she is. She has some really pretty heart-shaped leaves that look nice. And then we'll go on over here. This needs a little cleanup over here, so you have to excuse us, but we're going to get out here on Sunday and clean it up. This is the shade garden, and you can see that it has the wild bleeding heart in it. It's got the nice ferns in it, and it has the Japanese anemone, and that cage is over the Trillium, but it's not blooming yet, so I can't give you a look at it, but it's all underneath the willow, which I've shown you numerous times before, and which we have really trimmed down quite a bit. So that's the end of our little spring tour for the day. But you can see that the garden is coming alive again for one more year. It's just going to be so gorgeous. I can't hardly wait to get out here and entertain in it and enjoy it. And one last look at that gorgeous wisteria. Have a wonderful, wonderful May, and I'll check in with you later.